nerds, welcome to JerBear Reacts. Today, we're going to continue on with our Supernatural trailers. We did seasons 1 through 5. I initially planned to do 1 through 15, but we went ahead and did 1 through 5 just for the sake of that was a full, cohesive story. And while the rest of this does obviously have callbacks and continues on from where 5 left off, 1 through 5 was a thing. So, we may just do 6 through 10, and then 11 through 15 to kind of like finish it off, have it in 3 parts. That way they don't run too long. We can talk about a little more of the trailers and the seasons before we get into recaps and everything else. So we're going to go ahead and put Jerry behind the scenes. The trailer reactions 1 through 5 will already be linked to this one way or another. And then the bloopers will probably be after. The bloopers I did do seasons 1 through 15. Some of them got cut. It's been blocked for days. YouTube just hates the idea that I post it that much at once. Season 6 we entitled just A Scrambled Mess, because it dealt with the Campbells, Balthazar, Heaven's Weapons, Soul of Sam, Cass, and Crowley. And as loaded as it was, it just wasn't good. And then for the finale, Out with the Old, In with the New. At the time, my perception was Cass became God, but it was really he just became a little more powerful than he already was. So now we can get into it. But I'm going to go ahead and put Jerry behind the scenes, and let's watch the Season 6 trailer. Ooh, trying to shut down a little bit. 1 year ago on the CW, there were brothers.
Triple Lindy into that box. You know I'm not coming back. You gotta promise not to try to bring me back.
That boy had the shit beat out of him.
You go find Lisa. You go live some normal apple pie life. Promise me, Dean.
It's an apple-flavored energy drink.
Hey, Dean.
Whoosh. They kicking in some Final Fantasy ass music. Remember there was a moment in time where Cass was just like a badass? I mean, look at that.
How much do you sleep?
I don't at all.
It's his soul. It's gone.
So where is it?
Still in the cage with Michael and Lucifer.
Civil war up there. If we can beat Raphael, we can end this. Shut your eyes!
Wasn't expecting the names to pop up like that. Supernatural. Also another good one of the intro things. Clearly another fucking fan-made trailer, but I don't know, man. I went through all of these and found the ones with the most views and watches and everything. And maybe there's a location for all the real trailers, and one day we can get around to them. But yeah, man, this dude said, "Why is Dean still alive?" at this one part. People are confused by some of the flashbacks. People are just heavily confused in the comment section of this, but it is fan made. It is nice. I think it's the most well put together trailer that we've had outside of some of the bigger spoilers. But I think what you do is when it comes time for season 6 for this, because it is coming off season 5, I have difference of opinions when it comes to season 6 and 7 than you all do. For me, with season 6, like I said in the beginning when I dubbed it a scrambled mess, it's more because it just felt bloated. Like it had a lot of good things going, but at the same time, it didn't. If you think about it, like if I was to sit here and tell you that it's about, the Campbells are alive and they have family out there, and Sam is soulless, and we have all of these characters, and Crowley is just becoming more into a main character role, and we're getting weapons from heaven, and there's a civil war, and all of these different things. It sounds intriguing until you watch it, and it's not. And it was crazy to watch seasons 1 through 5 and really, 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 really love them, and then to watch season 6 and just be like, I hate everything I'm watching, and then to go into season 7, which is right after this, and be like, I hate everything that I'm watching, even more than I did last season. But for the trailer, I mean, I think you do start off by showing Soulless Sam because it is the teaser at the end of 5. So you go ahead and solidify and lock that in for fans. Yes, that is what you saw, and then you can start brewing from there. But it's hard to kind of keep this one together. But it looked more like a trailer than anything else that we've watched. So a lot of people said season 6 was better on a rewatch. I don't know when I'll rewatch season 6. Especially now knowing how the show kind of wraps up and knowing how it ends, it'll be harder to go back and rewatch. But I think maybe at some point I could give it the old college try. But for the near future, oof. So we're going to hop over to season number 7 of Supernatural, which we entitled Steaming Pile of Ooze, as it dealt with the Leviathans. And then the finale we entitled just Alone, with Sam and Dean ended up separated together. I will go ahead and just tell you all around, this is my least favorite season of the entire series. This is like an official trailer / an official promo spot entitled Don't Drink the Water. It's just a minute. It's going to go by pretty quickly, and then we could talk about season 7 just for a moment. So I'll go ahead and put Jerry behind the scenes, and let's peep it out.
You love water.
I do love water.
The best, and the best water is right here. Our water is so pure, it will quench your thirst and transform you.
Into ooze. This was the Ivan Ooze season.
Leviathan. They're in the pipes. They got themselves a highway to anywhere.
I'm hungry.
Sanity.
I'm having a difficult time figuring out what's real.
Hallucinations.
You think this dream is reality? You're still in my cell.
That is one of the big things I wanted to talk about, was that.
I'm fine.
You're fine.
Here, hydrate.
Drink you some water, buddy. Supernatural. So, I mean, that looks like an official, I have to say, it looks like an official TV spot. There's not a whole lot to say on it, but, oh. I appreciate people being open enough to say in the comments that this was their favorite season. That's good. That's good that people like it. It's just bad. But it's okay that I think it's bad and you think it's good. We'll start there. I just think it's awful from the standpoint of it's boring to watch. The best part about season 7 was Sam not knowing what was real, him hallucinating, him, I think he was buying drugs at one point to stay awake, and envisioning Lucifer and being haunted by Lucifer everywhere that he goes, I think was the best part of the entire thing. That element's nice. after the first 2 episodes, I was really hooked in because I was really interested in the Leviathans, because season 6 had, it wasn't like, the season 6 finale wasn't the worst thing. It was pretty bad. But like, I think it was the episode before the finale, the penultimate, I don't know how the fuck to say it. It was good. So you get into this, and like Cass kind of seemingly having all this power and all these Leviathans inside of him, but then he's just gone. He couldn't contain the power. So the Leviathans felt like they were going to be a big threat, and then you just have Dick Roman, and Bobby dies to a gunshot wound to the head, and it just all feels anticlimactic for what we should be getting. It feels like at this point, season 6 and 7 is starting the downfall of a once beloved show. But thankfully, it gets caught. It gets caught in the process. I'm very grateful for that. I hated this season. I'm done talking about it. Okay, so now we can get into season 8. Like I was just saying, season 6 and 7 felt like they were starting to slide backwards, but a season that could end up on my Mount Rushmore of seasons for Supernatural was season 8, which I dubbed I Write Sins, Not Tragedies, based on the old Panic song. This is closing the gates to heaven and hell. There's a joke there, and if you get it, kudos. The finale, which could also be in the top 4, I dubbed And They All Fall Down, which was the angels being cast from heaven. Even saying the premise of the season and then saying the finale is already better than season 6 and season 7. This was the redeem season. This was the season they took to redemption. So as the show was at its highest levels and then 6 and 7 started to come down, boop, now we have an uptick again. So there's an official promo with this. We're just going to watch the 2.5-minute trailer. Again, I don't know if this is fan-made or not. I'll put Jerry back behind the scenes, and we can watch.
Wake up.
That was loud as shit. It's like Mortal Kombat. Bam, bam, bam.
Good. We need to get out of here.
They destroyed their enemy.
You got what you wanted. Dick's dead. Save the world.
Where are they, Crowley?
Can't help you, Sam.
But they took them down
We're
with
in
him.
purgatory?
Every soul here is a monster. This is where they come to prey upon each other for all eternity.
Cass looks so young right there. Oh, early 2000s rock music. Now, they are in the lion's den. While their only hope to get out is Sam.
You're my brother, Dean, and no matter what you do, I'm gonna try and save you.
Wish you could help. You certainly got a lot on your plate right now. Looks like you are well and truly on your own.
Alone. That's why we dubbed it that. Just simply put, alone. They're gonna fight harder than ever before. Is that the never-ending fucking monster thing? Purgatory.
How do we get out?
I'm afraid we're much more likely to be ripped to shreds.
Cass being the angel, it feels more like a C-3PO at sometimes with his, like, just being literal.
Sorry, Sam.
And while that was clearly fan-made, I mean, it felt fan-made. Let's check out this promo, too, real quick.
Sorry, Sam. You are well and truly on your own.
Where's Dean?
I think this is an official promo. Oh, damn. 1 year later.
Come here.
Their fate.
What the hell happened? You
purgatory? For the whole year? What about...
Closing the gates of hell forever? Yeah, that could be important.
I don't know how to do that any different. I wish you could, again, leave it to where you don't have Sam and Dean together. Maybe you just have something where it's just Sam be talking to Kevin right there and him telling close the gates of hell forever or close the gates of heaven forever, etc., etc. But like, shit, man. You kind of don't want... I don't know. It feels weird to have that in there because that's one of my issues with the season. One of the only issues is how quickly they were out of purgatory. I think they were in there like an episode, and then like by the second episode, I don't remember. They're just like back together again doing Monster of the Week stuff. You just kind of like let things build for a minute. I know you only have 20 plus episodes to get it done, but damn. I don't know, but overall with season 8, it is the redeem season because now we work on this stuff and we get to see a different side of Crowley, but we get to see that Crowley manipulates and kills Kevin's girlfriend. And I think this is, if not this episode, then, or not this season, then the next season, I think it is season 9 when Kevin dies to Gadriel, I think was the angel's name, that when he was possessing Sam or something along those lines, where... Okay, we have this Word of God stuff. We have these tablets. We can close these gates. And then they learn from the Men of Letters that, hey, we can use human blood and we can turn a demon human and we get the humanity side of Crowley. And from that point forward, like we get Crowley, not necessarily as 100% a good guy, but he's like, he kind of rocks with Sam and Dean from that point. But we get him being vile, but yet we still have sympathy for him in the later episodes. So they did a phenomenal job with Crowley in this season, really solidifying him as the character. And I think this is where Crowley's first season where he was my favorite character, because since they removed Bobby, and eventually, same thing happens to Crow, but this season was a blast, and the finale was phenomenal. Having the angels cast out of heaven was such a cool visual. Dean and Sam having that brotherly moment. It's all good stuff. All good stuff. So we are starting to find what I think are promos, like official promos instead of just full-on fan-made trailers. Season 9 is not the season I thought it was that came up next. Season 9 was fun. It's not bad. There's just a lot of better seasons than season 9. We ended up dubbing season 9 the Metaverse because it deals with Metatron running heaven plus Abaddon. And then in the finale, which was a really good finale, the season 9 finale also kind of falls in the same pattern. We ended up naming this one Born Again. And this is Dean dying and coming back as something new. In the moment when I typed that, I didn't realize that he was a demon. I thought his eyes were green, but they ended up just being black. So while 8 was really good, 9 doesn't really take too big of a dip in quality, but it does take a dip. It's not as good as 8 was, but it's right before they bounce back for a phenomenal season. So we'll watch this promo real quick. I don't have a whole lot to say about season 9.
What's going on? Are you okay?
Look, there's no easy way to say this. Something happened back there in the church. You're dying, Sam.
You understand that we're inside your head.
You're trying to tell me that my brother's life is in God's hands?
Just because you're dying doesn't mean you're dead. We're gonna fight this.
Heaven is fallen.
You're gonna give us the
Crowd.
of every demon on Earth.
Am I? It doesn't sound like me.
Never get tired of doing that.
Hell. We will be raised.
Close.
I will devote my life to helping you all.
They don't want your help. They want your head.
What you call dying, I call leaving a legacy.
There ain't no me if there ain't no you.
There's nothing to fight for.
You go to hell and you tell him I'm coming.
Hello, Sam. I've been waiting for you.
Now, I was going to say that was almost perfect. Having them talking, having Sam and Dean talk with Death standing in the background already gives away what's going to happen at the end of the teaser, let alone what's going on in the season. I think I would have had Sam and Bobby walking next to each other, that does give away one big thing that's planning on happening. But I think you end the trailer or the promo with that moment of Death turning around, talking to Sam. Everything else you can kind of leave out to dry. Hey, Sam, you're dying, blah, blah, blah. Show them doing Monster of the Week stuff. Show them going about, showing them talking to Crowley, having Crowley tied up. You could show Abaddon whipping ass, talking with Kevin. You can show Gadriel, but without saying who he is. You can show him like stepping off the bus. And then you have Death talking to Sam. This is the season, I'm pretty sure, that because Gadriel ends up killing Kevin, and that's kind of like, Kevin's really gone from being a side character at that point. We do get more of Crowley being mainly involved. There's good in 9, just not enough. Metatron, he's just a little weasel. Abaddon is a forgettable foe. But it does lead into, again, another one of my favorite seasons, one of my favorite concepts, one of my favorite things. And I don't have much to say about 9, so we can go ahead and get over to 10. So season 10. Again, like I said, 8 has a small dip in 9. 10 comes back up. 10 could also be fighting for that Mount Rushmore of seasons. And we simply dubbed it, Oh, Hi, Mark. As it deals with the mark of Cain. And then the finale, dubbed Lock and Key, which was removing the mark. Rowena leaving with the Codex. And Cass attacking Crowley was one of the, that's a fire shell, firebomb, bombshell, whatever you want to call it, of a finale. Let's go ahead and watch the trailer and we can talk more about season 10 in just a second. This is the official promo, apparently, minute and a half.
Sam, I know you think you're gonna try to fix me. But maybe I don't want to be fixed.
I could have swore there's a shade of green there.
A Winchester? One of us?
Where's my brother?
Think of it. The King of Hell, Dean Winchester by his side.
Him and that damn jawbone.
Together we create the perfect hell.
Did he say anything?
That's my brother.
There's the porn?
There's Dean.
Oops.
The year of the demon. Oh, wrong lyric. Supernatural. CW TV Now. Even the trailer for this feels like a completed show. The demon rises, with Dean being a demon now coming back, like we just had Sam when he was soulless a couple seasons back. So now we get into that territory. So we get into all of this. We have, the tragic loss of Kevin. We have this Crowley-Dean relationship that I wish would have went on for at least 4 more episodes. Dean isn't a demon, but for a couple of episodes. So they tease that, and it gets taken care of, I think, pretty early. But the Mark of Cain is still something they have to deal with, and it is something that will kill him if they don't get it done. And this comes around to even having to go to kill Cain, like finding the original Cain with Crowley, having to kill Cain, trying to do this, that, and the other, trusting Crowley to do things, getting betrayed by Crowley. And then at the end, they remove it. Dean kills Death with the scythe. The darkness is essentially born. So they have the darkness chasing them. We have Cass attacking Crowley. There's all of these different moments happening there in the finale, and it just leads to one of the better moments in that entire show's existence. The Mark of Cain is something that's really cool because it does go back to the early stages of the biblicals with Cain and Abel, and having this mark and playing more into what God's story was for Sam and Dean, which was to be another rendition of Cain and Abel. You have to remember, there's only one Cain and Abel. It's just like in wrestling, we're like, we need a new tag team. We need the new Rockers. We need the new Hardy Boys. We need the new Dudleys, instead of just making something that is new and original on its own. But that also lays into God being a lazy writer within the show, him thinking the Leviathans were cool, him thinking Game of Thrones had a good finale. We see shades of that through and through throughout the entire thing. I kind of wish they would have went the route where it was every 5 seasons increments was something full. because this season ends on such a huge cliffhanger with the darkness coming that you know for sure there's a season 11. I wish there would have been something more finite at the end of season 10, which I mean, there kind of is, killing death and all those moments, but something that you could put 6 through 10 in as its own 5-season story and get ready to brew on something else for 11 through 15, which is what we'll do coming up next. We'll watch seasons 11 through 15 trailers, and we'll give our thoughts and opinions on them. I don't think I would have done anything different here with the promo. I thought it was great. I think him having the mark. I think you do show Kane at some point. I think that would have been cool. Just to show him, not obviously as Kane, but like as a beekeeper. And yeah, this is good stuff. That was, I said it a couple things. I think season 6 had a really good fan made trailer. It's probably the best fan made trailer to date, but this was probably the best trailer overall to date. If I had to give you a favorite season between season 6 through 10, part of me wants to say it's between 8 and 10 for sure. 6 and 7 were such dog shit. Definitely not 9. Between 8 and 10, the redemption season of 8, I think, adds a little more sweetness to it. But having bad guy Dean and him not wanting to get rid of it, and then having the mark of Kane and having to fight Kane and the ending of it, I think all of it's so god dang good. I'm going to go back to my season names for a second. Yeah, I mean, closing the gates to heaven and hell, though, was such a good finale, such a good crucial moment without anything else added extra. I'd probably say 8. Yeah. But I think 8 and 10 are heavily interchangeable. So you can let me know your favorite season between 6 and 10, and we'll watch trailers 11 through 15 up next. I'll have links and everything in the description box down below. A playlist up on screen. As always, stay cute, stay hydrated, and I'll catch you on the next one.